Movie Town. And
Of getting down to business, I'm here with Charles Hill. Welcome, Charles.
Thank
And
you.
it's Charles Hill
Art,
right?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. And Studio 107 located.
Yeah.
Okay, and so that's 107 East Church Street, right?
It's actually 105.
105, that's
that
right.
drives everybody crazy.
I tell you, 105 East Church
I
Street.
think it started in a no location. It was one of
See everything from.
yeah.
I mean, nice stuff. I'll get into that, but tell us a little bit about what you do, the type of artwork you have, a little bit of history on your
Okay.
product.
Well, I've been painting 50 years since I was 12 years old.
Wow.
Embarrassed to let anybody know I'm that old. I do oil, acrylic, and pencil. I do abstract realism between the things. Huge amount of things from portraits, classes. I do gives me a photograph. I can do a portrait right from that. I also do murals. I've also done just ordinary straight painting or faux finishes. I used to paint furniture, make it look like wood grain or marble, things like that.
Wow.
So I can do special. I also math education, math and high school. Been homeschooling 3 children several years. And also tutor.
Okay.
So
That is good to know. That you tutor geometry?
everything, all the way
Okay.
through college. I can do calculus.
I
and-
have a couple of kids that
Yeah.
need some well, not
Oh,
my
I-
kids, but
Absolutely.
I need some geometry tutoring.
What I do now,
Yeah.
there's a between art. So yeah, we think it's almost pure math.
Yeah.
It's in you think about visual arts, that's geometry, putting together shapes.
That's a very good point, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so you've been doing art forever.
Well, almost.
And you're 7, and classes, I think to let people know that, because you want that attendance up, and that's part of the reason why the artists of Studio 107, want to come on the show and expose and show, let people know where you are, because, you want to do the classes and you want to sell your artwork.
That's right.
Okay? So class size, how often do you teach a class? How often do you, what class can you have? Do you have to register?
Well, some of my classes are about. Occasionally we'll do a group class or several ways to do paint parties. I've done them. Usually we will announce on the Facebook and other advertising if we've got a special paint party or sometimes I'll do a theme class like space or animals with kids. So just look at the Studio 107. I believe we're starting to advertise on the Chamber of Commerce page and other places. So, but most of my teaching comes from individual appointment. I'll develop. I've just gotten an older student, a retired gentleman who is open, and he's on painting. So a lot of people just time to see what it's about.
And a follow-up question to that, how if it's an individual, how many classes do you get, like, with you? Does it depend on the, I guess, level of expertise with the
Well, I work with
student?
whatever. I work with whatever level that.
Okay.
Really, most of the time, I'm working with people who are complete beginners.
Okay.
And I break it down very simply. Like here's an example. This is easiest. Let me get it up so you can see it. It's the easiest possible picture you can do. You basically blobs for the flowers and take some real dark purple while it's still wet with a liner brush. You use a liner brush to do the leaves, and you use a broad brush to do the background. And what I do is concentrate on basic fundamentals like using your brush, mixing your paint, planning out your picture. You have to have a strategy. Do the background first and make it as simple as possible. Basically, have a big pan, get them to learn how to mix the paint properly, load the brush properly, pick the right brush for the right job, and
That's interesting. So what type of brush, or like, would you have to mix these colors, like, or the?
well, the red, you can't make. It's back. to the color wheel. Red, blue, and yellow you can't make. You
Well,
can-
I'm just saying, like,
but
if
you
you
can
have
make
if you have multiple colors, like to make a certain shade of red or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay.
Absolutely. You can make all colors out of those 3 colors. So it's. But I don't want to get into all that fancy theory. I'm
Well,
sorry.
go ahead. I mean,
Yeah, but like the blue, that's a phthalo blue. It's like a tends toward the green. Blue either tends toward red or green.
okay.
So I basically just mix some white and get a little bit more white on the clouds, a little bit more blue. Get the big broad brush. And a big thing in acrylic is how much water you have in your brush. Some things you want it to be real dry. Some you want it to be moist. You can't spread it smooth and it dries really fast. So you want to have a moist brush and you want to blend it real fast. And you need a nice soft flat brush.
Okay.
When you're doing the flowers, you don't worry about moisture because you're getting a huge glob, and you're getting one of these brushes where you can just dab, and put in you get a liner that almost it's long. You get plenty of moisture in it, and you dip it in paint. As long as you got enough paint and moisture, and you touch it, it flows like an ink pen. The lighter you touch, the thinner the line. The harder you push, the fatter the line, so you can control how thick it is. And it's excellent for making shapes.
Okay.
You can draw with it just like a pencil.
Okay. Interesting. Well, I want to get back into that when we get back. We're going to take
Okay.
a quick break, and we'll be right back with Getting Down to Business.
September 20th through the 23rd, it's the Henry County Fair. There's games, music rides, and prizes. There's fair fun for everyone. Wednesday and Thursday, 5 till 10, Friday, 5 to 11, and Saturday, noon till 11. All this going on September 20th through the 23rd at the Martinsville Speedway. Visit henrycountyvafair.com for tickets and additional information.
Hi, I'm Stephen Edwards, and I'm the owner of Riverside Tire Service. At Riverside Tire Service, we have been a staple in this community for over 40 years as your premier Michelin tire dealer. Now, with that relationship with Michelin for over 40 years, we can pass on savings to you that no one else can compare to. We have over $50,000 worth of Michelins in stock ready to fit your vehicle. If we don't have it, we also receive 2 deliveries a day so we can get you rolling in a timely manner.
You know what season it is? It's farmers market season. You snap, we match. Snap shoppers can double their money when shopping at the Uptown Martinsville Farmers Market with both traditional and pandemic EBT funds. 1. Determine the amount of funds needed. 2. Visit the market manager. 3. Swipe your EBT card. 4. Enter your PIN number. 5. Receive tokens to spend with farmers. Market is open 7 a.m. to 12 noon.
Rah, 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 rah.
Pete, Christmas is over, son.
I ain't talking about Christmas season, Dandy Man. I'm talking about tax season, a.k.a. car buying season. And PVT Inc. down there in Fieldale got 11 cars to choose from. They got big cars, they got small cars, they even got medium-sized cars.
My tax check was a little light this year, Pete.
Well, that's okay too, Dandy Man, because they do finance.
Like PVT Inc. on Facebook and ride by 4264 Appalachian Drive, Fieldale to view inventory. 5011 more cars are coming in daily.
Welcome back to Getting Down to Business. I'm here again with Charles Hill. Welcome. And he is with Charles Hill Art and Studio 107 at 105 East Church Street in Uptown Martinsville. So don't get it confused, but if you show up there, I'm sure you'll see it, the glass front and all the artwork in the front, because you're right in,
Yeah,
you're right in
and
the
it's
front
got
there.
got a big old sign on the
Yes.
building, Studio 107.
Yes,
so.
and then I do want to mention there's other artists in the building as well that we also have had on the show, and will continue to have on the show, to let everyone know what is out there and what's available. But a great spot, a lot to offer. It's wonderful. So, getting back into the art class that we were talking about before.
Yes, ma'am.
And can you hold up the beginner painting
Yeah.
again? So this would be like a beginner version.
Yeah.
Which I would not even think that, honestly.
Yeah,
But
the cardinal picture, you pretty much use the same techniques, mostly with the liner or what I call a flat.
okay,
It's literally just a flat, like a house painter's brush, except real small and real thin.
okay,
The only hard part on this one is the cardinal. So I recently did a class with some kids, and what I had them do is draw on a piece of paper the cardinal. After they did the background, they did the
yeah, I'm gonna
trees.
slide this one up.
Yeah.
This is my favorite, actually.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous. I mean,
It is, in a lot of ways, it's one of mine.
it just it makes me feel like very calm.
Yeah. It's out in the woods behind
Yeah.
their house, that's.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But the liner is the hardest because it happens if people aren't used to it. They get up there and they're
Yeah, they
so,
get
so I
excited.
and I keep telling them, put your little finger on, rest it easily, or hold your hand and steady, and I'll get them to use a sheet of paper to practice the marks. But
Right. Oh, yeah. Okay. So yeah, and then that's what I was asking during the break with the materials. So do you supply the one canvas, or do you bring your own?
Yeah,
brushes
pretty
and
much.
canvas?
I supply.
Okay. Okay.
But I tell everybody who's going to take classes long term to buy their own art supplies.
Right.
And I won't get upset if they bring their own canvases. After a while, I will tell them to start buying canvases.
Gotcha.
And I also teach drawing as well.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So
That's interesting.
because it's all about making shapes, whether you paint it or whether you draw it. And I've recently started using a thing called canvas paper that's designed to be painted on, and you can draw on that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So can you, once you draw on that, can that go in a frame?
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, that's really, really cool. Okay. Well, I'm going to slide this one back, and then I'm going to put the dolphins up here because you said that you slide that small one over. This is a really cool one also. Because you can actually see well, you can see the textures in all of them, but you said this was like probably not a beginner version.
No, that was
Yeah.
that was difficult to do. There's a lot of precise brushwork. After you've got your liner expertise down, that's why I did those little waves. You have to do little blobs and those little clouds, and you have to. This is more advanced. I would not want to try to teach this to somebody.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
So how long, I mean, I know with you, the timeline is a little different, but just because you are the expert, but how long would it take, let's just say the beginner one to do? How long?
Well, they usually can do a fairly decent picture in an hour, hour and a half.
Okay. And that's from beginning to end?
Yeah, for them.
Okay.
If I did one a few days, maybe half a week to have a nice painting, but I never just stop at a nice painting. I always try to push and make it better. So I might spend a month or two on
Working on
the
it.
two dolphins and that cardinal. I did that as an example for a painting class, but I pushed it a lot further than I would for trying to teach somebody.
Right.
And with these two dolphins, I'll probably take them back and find stuff to do on them.
What would you add to them?
I'd have to see it.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody snuck up on me one time and watched me work, and this is the way they described me work. I sat there for 10 minutes just staring. And then all of a sudden I jumped up and started doing.
Oh, Okay.
for about 5 seconds. And then I set the brush down and I sat back in another 5 to 10 minutes just staring.
Okay, so you're like the mad artist, you know?
Well,
that's
no, you
like-
actually, okay, think about it. If you're doing a complicated algebra problem, how much time do you spend actually writing, and if you're not sure what to do, you could
Right, you're
write
not
all
gonna
day
write it.
long and it's all
Right.
going to be
That's
wrong.
a very good analogy there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But if you see just the right stroke in just the right place, and just 1 or 2 strokes will fix what's driving you nuts.
Right,
You have to
yes.
figure
Oh,
out
I
what's
get it,
wrong
yeah.
with it. And if you operate with negativity based on trying to get rid of what's wrong, you make it worse and worse
Right.
and worse.
Right.
So I learned the hard way to sit back and just look at it. And that's why I've got more than one painting going at the same time.
Okay.
I can have up to a dozen from the very beginning, planning stages, to several that I'm finishing.
Okay. Well, I have a question about that when we get back, okay?
Okay.
We're going to take a quick break and we'll be right back with getting down to business.
Hey, I'm Cindy, the owner and also stylist at True Roots Boudoir. We are located at 4743 Kings Mountain Road. Our phone number is 276-622-2944. We're here for all of your hair care needs. We also take walk-ins and appointments.
New College Institute is a premier educational facility for students, businesses, and the community at large. Expand your career opportunities by getting certifications in advanced manufacturing, technology, healthcare industries, and much more. NCI now offers GWO certified training in one of the fastest growing industries, wind energy. You can also earn your degree from one of our partner Virginia universities, all while staying close to home. Get started today and let New College Institute help you achieve your goals.
Come join the winners at Clarence's Steakhouse, where everyone enjoys a great meal. Plate lunches served daily, chicken tenders, steak and salad with homemade desserts. Don't forget about all-you-can-eat fish every Friday at Clarence's Steakhouse. Looking for breakfast? Then stop by and see us at 6636 Greensboro Road in Ridgeway, Virginia. Clarence's also offers carry-out for you to relax and dine at home. Simply call 276-956-3400. Clarence's Steakhouse would also like to thank all of their customers for their support, and we look forward to serving you again in the future. You know where to get them big old tars and lift kits?
Where's that?
Down there at that PVT.
Really?
They got big tars, they got small tars, they even got medium-sized tars, and they got the best prices too.
PVT Express, 608 Stoltz Road in Martinsville.
My name is Candace Penn, and I would like to show you how we are educating tomorrow's leaders. For 5 years, we've been serving the Danville and Pittsylvania County community. We are expanding our vision to the Martinsville and Henry County region. The benefits of our school include smaller classrooms, a Christian education, and a family-like environment. Our mission is to provide educational success with a foundation of Christian principles. Registration information can be found at alcadanville.org or by phone at 434-770-7791. Please consider joining us at Abundant Life Christian Academy, where we love God, love our neighbors, and we love ourselves.
to getting down to business, Charles Hill is here from Charles Hill Art, Studio 107, 105 East Church Street, Uptown Martinsville.
That's right.
Just in case you weren't listening before. And before the break, we were talking about art classes and just different types of brushes and materials that you use, and the fact that when you do your artwork, you're doing multiples at one time.
Yeah.
And you may go back to that same painting several times or more, until you get it the way you want it.
That's right.
Which I understand. I definitely understand that. I do that in a lot of things, in my routine daily, if you will. My question is, when do you finish your painting? So, like, if you're doing several at one time.
When I'm satisfied with it.
Okay, so it's never really finished then?
Yeah, at a certain point, I'm not going to do any more.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
You're like, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. Okay, what's the longest you've worked on a painting?
10 years.
Oh, gosh. That's quite a long time.
Well, I did one, it was 15 inch by 30 inch of the Twin Towers. It's a skyline of New York, and so you've got all these tiny little buildings. And I started doing it, and it took me a long time to figure out how to do it. And I didn't actually work on it for 10 years. From the time I started it to the time I finished it was that long, but I was doing other things. I would just put it aside and forget about it because I hadn't figured out how to do it. And then over time, I came up with ideas.
Yeah, okay.
So I couldn't say the actual amount of time if I did nothing else, start to finish. It'd probably be several months.
Okay.
Spread out over a long period of time.
Yeah, I think the 10 years, that's super interesting. And it's a work of art. So that's just
and Van Gogh would do 2 in a night.
Yeah. I tell you, some of the greats, like, you just wonder, like, what was going through their head, like, at that time. Like,
well,
get that out there.
You don't want to know what's going through Van Gogh's head. He was stone crazy.
Exactly, right. You wonder, but,
Yeah.
you stay away.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's super, super cool stuff. And so how much advance notice do you need for an individual to schedule a class, or what can they expect? Is it one class, like you said, for about an hour and a half? Can they come back to it like you do, or
Well, I had recently had the lady that has 3 daughters, and she contacted me for classes for the whole summer. So they're coming 3 days a week.
Okay, nice.
So I'll pretty much work with if I've got if I already got things in place, I will figure out something on the schedule.
Right.
Did you get my phone number out?
No, you go right ahead.
It's 276-252-6092. Basically, just call that number and make an appointment.
252-6092.
That's right.
And that is Studio 107, Charles Hill Art, and he is right in front as you walk in the door. It actually has some artwork right in front.
That's right. Right beside As Is and Baxter in Kay's Alterations.
Yes. And across from the, Bridge Street parking lot?
Yep.
No, yeah.
Pretty much, if you were to...
No, Broad Street.
Broad Street. If you were at that intersection, get ready to turn on to Church Street, and you decided to be a madman and drive right through it, and you go right through the window and hit me.
Yes, that would not be good.
No, don't do that,
please. It would
please.
destroy all your artwork.
Yeah, well, that's the most important thing.
Exactly. So, question about the deer here, and that rhymed. So, how long did it take you to do this one? I'm gonna move this back.
Oh, less than a week. That was easy.
Okay. Oh, so the deer's like, eh.
Yeah, that was.
Okay.
The only hard part about that is drawing the deer.
Okay, well, that's the main thing, isn't it?
Well, but I've been doing it for so long. That was nothing. That was nothing.
What do you start with first? The body?
I just always do the background first.
Well, yeah, but like with the deer though.
I just make a brown blob in the shape.
Well, that explains it.
and then start adding stuff.
Okay, so this part would be the body. The body would be the blob.
Yeah.
Basically. Okay.
And see, I do a brown blob, and then add the little details to it.
Okay.
And then bring the grass up and put the specks before I do the grass, because anything that's behind is what you do first, and anything. That's how one of the ways you get 3-dimensionality.
Okay.
Make it look like one
so
thing.
So you wouldn't walk through and add some more spots here on the deer because.
Well, I could, but.
But it wouldn't be 3-dimensional.
But it would be a pain in the. Because I have to repaint the grass too.
Right.
So.
I got you. Yeah, I did not know that. It's super interesting. And I do have to comment too, because I just happened to see it again. Like your sign off on.
Yeah, Chill.
Chill.
Charles
But it's
Hill.
actually your initials. So I've always thought that was like really, really awesome.
Well, the kids at homeschool call me Mr. Chill.
Mr. Chill, okay.
Yeah.
Well, come take some art classes with Mr.
That's
Chill.
right.
So how young do you accept for classes for kids?
I think the youngest was something like 5.
Okay. That's
5
good.
or 6.
Okay.
When you go below that, it's...
You're
yeah.
wasting your time.
Just give them crayons and a wall
You're babysitting
somewhere.
at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, do we want to, let me see that one.
Okay,
Really quick, and then the small one too. Did you want to, now tell me what.
It's the dark side of the moon.
Okay.
You can't see it because the moon stays locked, so you all the same side's always where we can't see it, and you're coming back from you're a UFO that we keep reading about nowadays, and you're looking at the Earth, and there's the part that's the dark side.
Right. Okay.
That was that from an actual photograph.
Really?
NASA.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay, it's actually fitting because we just had that supermoon. Last night or something. Yeah. Okay. You brought that because of that today?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So here's the last one, and that was the dolphin too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So this one's super complicated.
Yeah,
okay.
that wave
the
was
waves
it was
waves, yes.
in the sunset. Had to put
Beautiful.
multiple layers down.
Okay.
And
yes,
that's definitely more advanced,
Okay,
especially that surf.
Okay. Well, hold that one up one more time, and then we are.
Which one?
The beginner one.
Oh yeah, and that's the roses.
So so something like this. Contact him again. Say your number.
276-252-6092.
All right, you heard it, and that is Charles Hill Art at Studio 107, located at 105 East Church Street. Contacting him today to schedule a individual art class or with your kid.
Tutor math, all the way up through calculus in college.
There you go. Do you teach art and tutor math at the same time?
Am I a masochist? They love art, they hate math.
The amazing chill.
Actually, I do because they love art and they hate math, so I'll sneak up math.
There you go. Hey, that's super smart.
So I'm actually teaching math when I'm doing an art class.
Hey, absolutely. That's genius there. Okay.
Proportions and fractions.
Well, I'd like to thank you for being on the show. And come back again sometime. And until next time, thank you. And we will be back next week for another episode of Getting Down to Business. And until then, we'll see you.
Behind every great wheel is a great set of brakes that ensure you can stop when you need to. Brakes are an essential component on every car, keeping you and your family safe everywhere you go. Are your brakes squealing or grinding, or does the brake pedal vibrate when you press it? It might be time to have your brakes replaced. No matter what parts your car needs, from rotors to calipers and pads, our expert service staff are here to help. Stop in to talk to one of our advisors and have your brakes checked today.
New College Institute is a premier educational facility for students, businesses, and the community at large. Expand your career opportunities by getting certifications in advanced manufacturing, technology, healthcare industries, and much more. NCI now offers GWO certified training in one of the fastest growing industries, wind energy. You can also earn your degree from one of our partner Virginia universities, all while staying close to home. Get started today and let New College Institute help you achieve your goals.
Nelson Towing and Recovery has been serving Martinsville, Henry County, and the surrounding areas for 45 years. We have a talented, friendly staff with almost 100 years of combined experience. All of our drivers are certified and experienced in just about any situation. Our fleet of tow trucks contains a variety of modern vehicles that will meet every possible need. We also provide roadside assistance to help you out in case you have a flat tire or run out of fuel. Nelson Towing and Recovery, 888-257-8866.